It's often said that the longest and hardest journeys in life are the most rewarding. But what is a journey? Is it merely the act of traveling from one place to another? Or is it about the sights you see and the people you meet along the way? My friend Andrew and I hope to have an answer for you and ourselves by the end of the series. But in order to do so, we're gonna have to go on a journey. Over the next 5 days, Andrew and I are gonna attempt to walk from where we live in Eugene, Oregon, all the way up the Willamette Valley to Portland, Oregon. Along the way, we're gonna have good days, and we're gonna have bad days.
Yeah, I feel like I cannot walk no more.
We're gonna have good interactions with people, bad interactions with people, and some scary interactions with people. But what fun is an adventure without a little bit of risk? So without further ado, let's get to the video. Alright, this is the start of Andrew and I's journey up to Portland.
Day one.
The long walk. That street over there marks the boundary of Eugene.
Basically started already.
Yep. Now 110 miles that way, Portland.
Let's go.
As Andrew and I took off, we definitely didn't know what was ahead of us. We had just a few miles under our belts and our morale was still pretty high. The weather may not have been perfect, but we didn't really mind the rain so much, just as long as we were still moving. We are at 7 miles in.
Snack break.
Yep. We're almost at the railroad tracks, and then we're gonna cross over the river. But yeah.
So far so good.
So far so good. All right, now we're onto the railroad tracks. Just gonna ignore that sign.
Wait, what? I don't know. I can't read that.
Yeah, I can't read. Here we go. Gotta cross the river. I'm not gonna walk on the railroad tracks themselves unless we have to. But yep, the status. Anything to say, Andrew? All right, time for some background information. Andrew and I are trying to get up to the railroad tracks so we can cross the river, but this is literally the steepest hill with the loosest gravel. So it's like every step we take, we just slide right back down. So you can have fun watching us struggle.
I feel like every step I take, I'm taking half.
Slowly. Oh my god.
My back.
God damn. Andrew, wait, can you help me?
Yeah.
I'm on loose rocks. Okay.
Yeah.
Whew. Nice view. Time to go. For those of you listening, we're trying to get across this bridge in a timely manner. We don't want any trains to come by.
No.
Nor do we want any railroad workers to get mad at us.
Thank you.
But what would an adventure be without a little bit of fun? A little bit of risk. Damn, you're moving.
Gotta get out of here. Oh, fuck. Bro, what if the train does come? What are we gonna do?
Be on the side.
You think it's gonna be enough room?
Beautiful Willamette River. It is very high because of all the snow melt and rain. Some cliff jumping, Andrew?
Some bridge jumping, you mean?
Bridge? Oh yeah, bridge jumping.
Man-made cliff?
Man-made cliff.
That train scared me. It's like a double take.
I know, I thought I saw a train. Funny thing, hopefully it comes from that way and not that way.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I'm not too worried about it coming from behind us. You definitely hear it.
Yeah.
In front of us.
As Andrew and I walk further along the railroad tracks, our fear of a train coming starts to dwindle. But now that we've nearly crossed the river, a new challenge approaches us. We have to get back down off the tracks, through the various thorn bushes, and try not to get spotted by any farmers, since we will conveniently be using a lot of their land for a lot of this journey.
It's like my shoe. Oh man,
God dang.
it's gonna slip.
Yeah, you're good now. Easy.
Oh, all good.
All good.
Didn't die, not today. Let's
Not
record
today.
another day.
Another day.
I feel my feet getting soggy.
Yeah, mine are soggy. It is what it is.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Sadly, we didn't get this next part on video, but as Andrew and I walked further down the road, we unsurprisingly ran into the house of whoever owned this land. Luckily, it looked like no one was home, but we did have to jump over their fence to get back on the street, and their neighbor across the street was just in their truck watching us the whole time. But luckily, they didn't seem to care, so Andrew and I made our way into the next town called Harrisburg to take our first real break. 11 miles in, at a Subway right now.
Just chilling. Subway. Rejuvenated.
Yep, just ate, finished eating snacks at Subway. Thank you, Subway. We didn't actually eat Subway, but they let us fill up our water bottles.
Let me take off my shoes and put a Band-Aid on.
Yeah,
So
Andrew,
pretty
Andrew
chill.
took off his shoes, had his bare feet out in the restaurant. But it's alright, it's Subway. As Andrew and I surpassed 15 miles, we realized that the next 5 days were going to be a lot harder than we thought. It had reached that point in the day when your whole body was just aching. Our legs were tired, our feet felt like they had no cushioning, and our traps were beginning to hurt from carrying our backpacks. Little did we know that this feeling would come sooner and sooner every day from now on. But we soldiered on, especially with the thought of that sweet bakery coming up ahead. Andrew and I are taking a quick break, quick 5-minute break. Let's see, we are 15.5 miles in so far. Should probably pause that actually. But yeah, so bakery is 1.4 miles away.
Oh, sorry.
About.
It's keeping me going.
Yeah, it's keeping us going.
I'm starving.
Probably gonna lie down for 5 minutes and then get back to it. We made it to the bakery.
Oh my gosh.
7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I think it's 4 p.m. Something like that. 18 miles. Time to put you on my belt.
You'll come in with us.
Join us.
On this epic journey. Maybe we'll be able to see one of those benches beautiful night.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
Oh, where the bastard?
I think this is it. It's like this thing. I didn't see any cinnamon rolls though.
Huh?
I didn't see any cinnamon rolls. But I'm thinking about the cookie.
That's all I'm thinking too.
I think I'll do.
Oh, what you got there? Backpack? Where you
Yeah.
going?
Well, we've been walking from Eugene.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, we've actually got to stop my watch. It's been 18 miles we've been walking. We're trying to walk to Portland.
Oh,
Well,
Good
that
luck.
won't be till tomorrow sometime.
Yeah, it'll be. We're expecting it to be 5 days, so this is the
Okay.
first day.
Yeah. You still want to keep going?
Yeah, our legs are hurting, but I think we'll be good.
Okay.
After Andrew and I paid for and then ate our delicious baked goods, it was now time to take a look at our feet and stitch ourselves up. Andrew and I have bandaged our feet. They definitely were getting some blisters. Covered it with the Band-Aid and some climbing tape. Both of my feet. Andrew's got some tape, like regular bandages.
On his toes.
Band-Aids.
On my toes.
On his toes, yeah. But we got about 5 miles left until our camp. And yeah, see you then. This next part I didn't get on video, but I got a little bit of the audio of us talking to this really nice guy who came up to us while we were taking a break in front of his house.
Yeah, well, you folks have a good trip the rest of the way.
Thank you, yeah. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, Mark is my name.
Mark, PJ.
PJ.
Yeah.
And what is
Andrew?
it? Andrew. PJ and Andrew.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll pray for you and want you to find the Lord. So.
Thank you, yeah. Hopefully we can make it to Portland.
Yeah, that too.
Have a good day. I don't know if you guys caught that. I wasn't able to record it. Was it fully, yeah. I just got the audio. But that guy was a nice guy. He saw us sitting down in front of his yard, asked us if we needed water and what we were doing. But he was a nice guy. He just came to see if we were good, need anything. But yeah, now we're back walking on the road. Looks like we're in the Florida bayous.
Okay.
Made it to our spot for the night. Now we just gotta find a place to camp.
I just on the phone with my mum.
This mum.
My mum.
But yeah, just hopefully find a dry spot, covered spot, and then we don't have any tents, so we're just gonna put our sleeping bags down and chill basically. So we'll show you when our camp is set up. All right, Andrew and I have found our campsite for the night. Nothing crazy, just on some dirt road that no one uses, and hopefully no one will come on tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully.
So now me and Andrew are gonna eat.
Way too tired to even care.
Yeah, our legs definitely feel it. We walked 22.5 miles today, 52,000 steps, and yeah, now we're gonna eat. Andrew's eating some. Or tell them what you're eating.
Black ham with some Hawaiian rolls. I snuck a couple bites of animal crackers in. That doesn't matter.
And I will be eating some canned, what's it called, salmon? Canned salmon with Hawaiian bread too. All right, let's see. Oh, I probably should drain this. I'm gonna go drain this somewhere else. So no animal comes when they smell the salmon.
That's actually a good idea.
You have no idea how much my feet hurt.
I can imagine. Are we talking to the camera?
Talking to the camera, yeah. I know you know.
Oh, this is all ham. So much ham.
Alright, be right back. Alright, drain the salmon. Looks basically just, looks like tuna, honestly. It looks like canned tuna. So I'm gonna eat it with some Hawaiian bread, see how it tastes. And I will let you guys know. Alright.
It's nothing.
Sandwich.
Sandwich?
Very dry. But good. It's kind of like a sweet tuna sandwich because of the bread, not the salmon. Very good though. Gotta get your protein in, kids. Alright, so tomorrow the goal, another 22-mile walk, obviously. And we're trying to get to, we're gonna be in the countryside somewhere, so it's not really a city, but we're going past Corvallis. That's like our halfway point. Further north, up towards the town of Suver, but not quite. That'll be our goal tomorrow. And yeah, day by day. Hopefully we feel rejuvenated after eating this and having good sleep tonight. We got through the first night. It was so much colder than we thought it would be.
So much cold.
Andrew and I were huddled as close together as possible for body heat. Even with the sleeping bags and in the hard ground, it just was not a good night. We didn't sleep that. We had a few good hours of sleep, but other than that, we were basically just lying down for 10 hours.
Yeah, a good thing we gave us plenty of time.
Yeah, but that was our camp. You can see our indent we made. And now we're off. As the second day rolled around, Andrew and I surprisingly felt a lot better, even with the terrible sleep we got that night. It could have been that we were just excited to start walking again, but either way, we didn't question it. We had high hopes that day, and it seemed like the weather was on our side. With the rolling clouds and the sun shining through the misty air, we were able to enjoy ourselves and take in the views of the countryside. And now, with the goal in mind of getting to Corvallis to eat, we could really start to get some miles under our belts and only really take breaks if we felt we needed to. But we were soon to encounter our first challenge of the day, running out of water. Andrew and I have been out of water for about 7 miles, so we're gonna ask
fuel.
Exactly, so we're gonna ask people at this house over here if they have a hose that we can fill our water bottles up.
All right, I'm doing an update now. Looks like they were not home, so now we're hoping there's like a little town over here or something. We can find some more water because thirsty.
Excuse me? I was wondering if you guys had any, like a hose we could fill up our water bottles with?
Yeah, right over here.
Okay, thank you so much. Alright, quick update. We got our water, thankfully at this house, although the people we came across today haven't seemed so friendly. One house that we went up to earlier, they looked through the window and then they didn't answer the door, so I guess they just didn't like the way we looked or something. I don't think we looked too
I don't think it was bad.
I don't think we looked too bad, but I don't know. We're doing
Foot reel.
another foot reel. Yeah, we're doing taping up our feet again. Andrew's Got a decent amount of band-aids on there. And I just took off my band-aids and my climbing tape. When I was peeling off my climbing tape, it started taking some skin with it. So my left foot is definitely worse off than my right. I got blisters forming right there. Forming right there too. And like right under here. But sorry this is yours for some of you, but it's the life. After Andrew and I taped up our feet for the second time of the trip, we took a pretty nice break and enjoyed the cool breeze while we could. We're pretty close to Corvallis, so in Corvallis we're probably gonna stop somewhere to actually eat something.
Some actual food, not some bread rolls and
yeah, not just snacks basically. We need to sustain ourselves. This is the second time we're crossing over the Willamette River. I think we gotta do it once or twice more after this. Corvallis, you want to take better care of your sidewalk? This is a bit too much. I think most people think that Andrew and I are homeless.
Yeah.
We're
getting some looks.
We're getting some looks. Especially when we go into the grocery store with
our huge
our big ass bags. So, not very fun, but it's part of the adventure. I don't know if you can see all the pollen. It's like getting carried by the wind. Luckily it's not going our way. But Andrew and I are out of Corvallis right now, walking to the final, our camp for the night. We're feeling pretty beat. We have like 10 miles. Around 10.
We've made it so far, we can't go
but
back.
we've made it so far, we can't go back now. It's been a while since we checked in. Me and Andrew are just super tired, super exhausted right now. We've already walked another 22 miles today, but because of the extra walking we did in Corvallis, we haven't quite reached our destination yet, and we may not. We may be short by a mile or so. Right now we're just looking basically for any sort of
covered spot
because it's gonna rain tonight. Actually gonna rain tonight. Let the forest take over. Give us our tree that will block us from the rain. Now that it's the end of the day, Andrew and I are exhausted and we just really want to find a place to sleep for the night. We know it's going to rain and we need some sort of cover to sleep under because getting soaked would definitely end our trip and we do not want that to happen.
We're desperate, basically.
Yeah, we're desperate. We're going to ask these people if we can sleep under their tree because we've looked all over. We've already walked like 24 miles today. And we've looked all over for like
this is a tree right here. It's a place we'd like to call home for the night.
That tree, or maybe that one.
Oh yeah, one of these two.
Let's see. But yeah, so I'm gonna put you on my belt. We were just gonna ask if we don't have anywhere to sleep tonight. We're wondering if we could sleep under your fir tree, just because it's gonna rain. If it's not, we totally understand. Eugene, we're not like.
I saw you guys walking on Highway 20, and then I saw you guys walking.
Yeah, we've been walking since Eugene. We're trying to walk to Portland. So we've walked.
Hey, Coleman, come here, Coleman.
It's just an adventure, but yeah, we've.
Not trying to be.
No, it's all good.
I don't have a fence for my dog yet, so.
Yeah, no worries. We know it's an odd question to ask. Like obviously
we weren't ready. We knew it was gonna rain last night. We were ready last night.
But we didn't, because we don't have a tent. We just have sleeping bags. But we're walking like 22 miles a day. Ish, and we've been walking for 24 today because we've been trying to find a spot.
Hang on, let me go talk to.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
So, I own everything to the road over there.
Okay.
And there's a little built-up, like property towards that, towards that way. And there's like some cover. I think that'd probably be better over there if you guys want to. That Palestine Road there.
Yeah.
So everything up until that is mine.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, but there's a little chunk, like there's a fence
Yeah, a little.
that goes out to this orchard here, and anything on that half acre, you guys could.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Little did Andrew and I know how much we would end up regretting this decision. The initial interaction itself wasn't too bad. The lady who we were talking to was nice, and she was nice enough to let us sleep on her property. But this guy ended up being perhaps the most arrogant, least intelligent person Andrew and I have ever talked to in our lives. Hopefully this next video will explain. I know we didn't get to record too much last night. We didn't have a very good, or we had kind of a rough last part of the day yesterday. Me and Andrew were super tired. Like our legs were just, they felt in dire shape.
Yeah, I feel like I could not walk no more.
Yeah, we were just, I don't know how we got through it. We just had to keep going. But man, we were like, especially Andrew was like limping the.
Playing a character on low HP, I was just like.
Yeah, we were like characters on low HP, just barely moving, taking a break like every mile. Except for we got into a kind of a good groove in the last few miles. But anyways, we joshed around in Corvallis a bit too much. We probably walked an extra 2 miles that we didn't need to in the city alone. So that was just 2 miles not going to our progress. We were like a mile short of where we wanted to stay for the night. It didn't say it was gonna rain for when we planned this trip, and the day we started this trip too. We've been looking at the weather app just to see, but apparently yesterday we saw that it was gonna rain last night, so we just had to find. It made it even harder because we had to find a place that was covered, whether that be like a tree or some kind of like abandoned building, anything that could cover us from the rain. It was just getting too late, and it was starting to sprinkle. And we still hadn't found a place to sleep because we don't have tents, we just have sleeping bags. We decided just to ask these people. We saw that they had a pretty nice looking tree that could cover us from the rain in their yard. So we're like, let's just ask them. Worst that's gonna happen is they say no.
Oh, worse.
Yeah, so we asked them if we could sleep. First of all, we went up to go knock on their door. Here, you can explain a little bit.
No, we knock on their door, and I guess they let their dogs out, and their property isn't fenced up all the way. So the dogs ran up to us, and the dude who was living there was like really pressed. I don't know. He just seemed really like upset that we were walking on this driveway, and he was like, "Get back off the driveway," which I understand, but
Yeah.
I don't know why he had to be so mad. Like, anyways. And then we tried to explain our situation to them, and they seemed kind of weirded out. Like, what? Why are you walking to Portland? It was kind of hard to explain. We're just kind of doing this like as a challenge.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Let me go back and talk to my husband," or I don't know.
Whatever he was to her.
Whatever he
we don't
was.
know.
And they let us, and they agreed and let us sleep under their tree. But
First we set up under this one tree that we were thinking was good, and then the guy comes out and he tells us, "Oh no, actually not here. Can you guys go like further that way?" So we're like, okay, sure. So we go over to a different tree, and it ended up being a better tree. And then he comes back, and then he just like wanted to get more information, which I get. He wants to know like who we are and like why we're doing this, because it is a bit of a weird question to ask. But so we're like, yeah, no problem. And like I full on just start explaining our situation. I'm like, we're just kind of documenting our progress towards like we're trying to walk to Portland, like trying to cover around 22, 23 miles a day over a period of 5 days, just to see if we could do it. Because Andrew and I mean, we work out all the time. We rock climb, we weightlift, we walk. So I don't know, we just thought it'd be a challenge, a fun adventure, see what we see along the way. But yeah, so we explained that to him, and he's like, I don't get what's so good about Portland you want to go there for. And we're like,
we're not really going for Portland.
Yeah, we said we're not like staying there. It's about the journey. Like we're trying to see if we can do it. It's like a feat of strength. Like, and he's like, huh, okay. And then we were explaining to him how we had walked 22.5 miles the day before, and how that day we had walked about 24 miles. And he's like, where'd you guys start? And I was like, Eugene. And then Andrew said the La Pine area.
Because I'm a local, and that's what some of the locals call it, because of the Pine Farms.
But La Pine is also a city near Bend, so he got even more confused about that. So I was like, no. We started in Eugene, and then he was like, huh, that doesn't add up. That wouldn't have got you here. And I'm like, it was over 2 days. Like the first day, 22.5 miles. Second day, 24 miles. We're here now. And then I was like, here, let me show you. I pulled out Google Earth on my phone, and I took a step like towards him to show him, and he like stepped back.
Whoa, bro.
And I'm like, oh shit! I'm like caught off guard. I didn't think he was gonna step back, but then he steps forward again to look, and then I show him our exact like route the first day, the 22.5 miles, and I'm like, yeah. So we started here, and we went this way over these railroad tracks, on this street, like up, and then we stayed here for that first night. He's like, yeah, that doesn't add up. I'm like, what? We walked it.
It's such a specific route too. You planned out. Like,
Yeah,
how are
like,
you gonna do that on the?
it's
how are you
like-
gonna make that shit up on the fly?
Yeah, it's like he thought I just pulled out Google Earth and just made up a random route all of a sudden. But he's like, yeah, that doesn't add up. I'm like, I was like, I don't know how else to explain it. I was like looking at Andrew like, what is this guy's deal?
Like this guy.
Like, I don't know what he thought we were like trying to do. Anyways, I was like, well, we stayed, we did walk that the first day, stayed there. And then I didn't show him the route for the second day because I think he went off on another tangent. He's like, oh, well, if you're going to Portland, it's kind of weird that you're going down this road because it's that way.
Oh,
And then he proceeds to point southwest. And Portland is like northeast. So it's like complete opposite direction. And I didn't want to say, like, I didn't want to correct him and be like a dick.
Oh yeah, no one pisses off anymore.
Yeah.
He seemed already
But like,
really
he
mad.
like, because he pointed like the opposite direction. I'm like, what? No, it's like in my head I'm like, Portland is not that way. he just like interrogating us basically, like just kept asking us questions over and over and then not believing what we would say. But yeah, I think a lot of people just find it hard to believe like that we're what we're doing.
Yeah. So why don't we take a car? Why don't we take a bus? You know?
Yeah, they're thinking that. And I don't know if like we look sketchy.
I thought we didn't.
I don't think we look. I mean, I know we're like kind of dirty over the course of
2 days.
2 days. You know, we haven't taken a shower and stuff, and we've just been like sleeping wherever. But like, I don't know. To me, we just look like kids.
That's how I feel like too. But now I'm second guessing myself.
Yeah. No, we didn't record that much after that because we just wanted to eat and then go to bed. We were like tired.
Didn't want them hearing us talking some schmack.
Yeah. So
Malik fell asleep. I gotta walk around a bit.
that's where we're at right now. Today, we're hoping to get to Salem. Well, we will get to Salem.
Got nothing
And
but walking today. No detours.
Yeah, no detours. And then after that, just 2 more days, then we're done.
Yep.
Reach our destination. It has been fun so far.
Yeah.
It's a cool challenge. Definitely hurts towards the end of the day, each day. It hurts so bad. But, it's fun. In the next video, Andrew and I will be setting off on the 3rd day of our journey. We'll be walking through some of the most remote countryside so far, only accompanied by singing birds, the occasional car, and the various farm animals along the way. We'll have some more interesting encounters, along with reaching a significant milestone. Join us next time on the Walk to Portland.